What's up, y'all? It's TruthTiger. We're in an office park here. We're gonna get out. We're gonna walk around a little bit. Grab my keys here. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about finding joy in life in any way you can. You know, life can be tough sometimes. Life is not sometimes. I think for most people in most circumstances, I think life is tough. You know, I think life throws a lot of hard stuff at us. I think life can throw a lot of problems at us. Life can throw a lot of fake people at us. And I think with life, for the vast majority of people, you start in the trenches and you got to climb your way out. And there's a lot of hurt and pain and bad stuff that happened in the past. And, you know, there were times in my life where I was just feeling angry every day, frustrated every day. Leaving the house was hard. Going grocery shopping was hard. Still kind of is. But I'm realizing that part of why I was feeling that way is there was a lot of anger I had toward others. Anger I had toward myself. A lot of fear. And I was just stuck in the doldrums, you know? And it's hard to get out, you know? I remember just trying to leave the house and trying to do stuff. It took a freaking Herculean effort. It did. But I'm telling y'all, try to find joy in any way you can in life. Try to find enjoyment in life in any way you can. For me, I know I like weird little things like just walking through an empty office park. There's something kind of cool about it. I don't know. It's an empty space that should be filled with people. It's not. Maybe a few of these businesses have some people in them on the weekday, but on the weekend like this is dead empty. Perfect place to walk around, record, do whatever. So I don't know, just find some way to get joy out of life, because when you're not enjoying life and when you're not having a good time, it wears on you. It piles on you, and life is full of a lot of not fun things, you know. Besides not fun people and like the drama that not fun people cause, life is like you spend a lot of time at work. You spend a lot of time just like doing stuff that you don't necessarily enjoy. Working, you got to do your laundry, you got to cook food for yourself. And what I'm saying is try to find some joy in that stuff. And if you're in a tough situation or a tough circumstance, I know there's people watching this that you're working some job you hate, you're in a bad relationship, maybe you're homeless, maybe you got no friends, maybe all the above, you know. You got just stuff going on, you feel stuck. And I know when you're in the trenches and in a tough spot like that, it's tough to find joy. When I was really in the trenches, it was very hard for me to find joy and happiness. Most of the time I was unhappy. But I'm telling y'all, try to find joy in some little things. Try to find some little bit of joy in something. It could be just going and getting a coffee at your favorite coffee shop. I don't know, but going on a hike. I don't know, find something you enjoy and just keep doing it. Keep stacking up, because when you have that joy, you feel healthy, you feel more motivated, you feel less tired, you sleep better, you eat better. I really believe that I've had a number of health issues. Raynaud's disease, my fingers get wrinkled up real fast in water, celiac disease, I can't eat gluten, asthma and stuff. And for me, my conditions got the worst when I was in bad circumstances, in a bad environment. And for me, looking back, I should have rolled with the punches a little bit better when I was in a bad environment. But at the same time, try to improve your environment, try to get a better environment. Being in a better environment really is everything. It's not easy. It takes a long time. It could take you years. You have to get your feet underneath yourself, and you have to gain a sense of independence and start moving for yourself, thinking for yourself, you know, to get a better environment. You have to improve your self-esteem, and you got to just grind and do the work. It's not fun, but I would say a big thing is improve your environment and try to appreciate the environment you're in as best you can. And in terms of the setbacks and the issues and the drama and all the crap life throws at you, just try to take it in stride, try to roll with it. If things don't work out, try not to get so frustrated, you know. I wish I could just tell this to my past self. I wish I could tell all this to my past self. Like, Just try to take it in stride, try to roll with it, try to have fun with it. Try to see the drama and the setbacks and the BS. Try to just see it as your story. It's your story. It's like Shawshank Redemption. You're getting out of that prison. That's what it is, your story. These are things for you to overcome. This is your hero's journey. And, you know, you got some dragons you got to slay. You got some stuff you got to overcome. You got some things you got to get past. But in terms of all those little things and big things, just try not to let it upset you, because back in the day when I was struggling, it was like, I didn't just want to stack the bricks, one brick on top of the other. I wanted a miracle. I wanted a grand slam home run to get me out of the hole. Those come sometimes, but realistically, you got to stack those bricks up. You need consistent, step-by-step, day-to-day ways to, like, just get yourself on some better stuff, you know? And just when you're in the beginning, just, like, try to force yourself to get out of the house, to do stuff, to go to the gym, to go grocery shopping, whatever. Staying stuck in one place all the time, that cannot be good for you, you know? Getting out, being around new people, new stuff, new energy, whatever, but just getting out of the house, doing stuff, that can bring a lot of happiness, you know? Touching that grass. I want to do a little downward shot. Well, we're using this gimbal camera thing, but you get the point. Touching that grass, getting out, because it's like when you're in one place, it's like all your thoughts kind of settle. They settle and you start to dwell. And you don't want to dwell on things too much. You want to meditate on things and unpack things and stuff, but you don't want to stay dwelling in like a state where you're sitting on it too much. You know, you have to move forward to the next step. You do. And I really think life is like this journey and this adventure, and joy and entertainment just comes from the story, you know? I'm getting joy just from having this beautiful office park all to myself to do this video, you know? You gotta just find joy in going to the grocery store, getting your stuff, joy in accomplishing your chores, joy in going on a little walk, joy in hanging out with a good friend if you have one, if you do. It's tough to come by a good friend these days. It is. But if you do have one, find joy in that. And in terms of the things that are taking your joy away, like bad people, negative situations, a job you really hate, whatever, we're all going to have these albatrosses around our necks of just like BS and stuff. But try to find some way to work on improving circumstances, or at least have some vision of like a better life. Try to have a vision of a better future, a vision of goals that you want to accomplish. Because if you can't even envision good stuff, you can't even envision success, that's not good. You got to be able to see it. You got to be able to at least have like things you want to do. Because I was in a point where I was just like, what do I want to do? I don't even know. I don't want to do nothing, you know? And I had to kind of just push myself to, all right, aspire to something, have some dreams, have some goals, have some things you want to do. And it's the journey is where the joy comes. The journey is where the joy comes. And it's perspective too, because, you know, you could drop a cup of milk on the floor and in certain company, people could laugh. It's funny. It's not a big deal. We'll clean it up. That was funny. We all dropped the milk on the floor. It splashed on everybody. Oh my God, that was hilarious, dude. But around different company, you dropped the milk on the floor. What the heck's wrong with you? Now we got to clean this up. Now we got to do this work. Now we got to expend energy. The floor was just cleaned. What the heck's wrong with you? Splashed milk all over us. You got my shirt dirty. You know, so it's a matter of perspective to kind of take things in stride and laugh things off and just roll with it. And I know when you have a trusted friend or family member or spouse that screwed you over, that's not easy to laugh off. That's not easy to go ha-ha. But even so, try to find some humor in it. Try to find some humor in it and just like this stuff, it puts a black cloud over you that just makes you miserable, and try to just get that black cloud out. And like, the more positive stuff you can do, the more just like, for me, sometimes it's like, can I fold my laundry? You know, sometimes it's just like, that I was battling that yesterday. Can I fold my laundry? And I'm like, all right, if I force myself to fold my laundry, I'm going to make myself unhappy, but just do it a little bit here and there. Try to make a game of it, put some music on, and just try to find that joy. You know, this world's here for us to enjoy and live in. Life is here for us to live, and there's joy in the struggle. There's beauty in the struggle. There is, you know, because that struggle you're going through, it's part of your story, and it's part of what you will overcome. And you know, if life was just like nothing ever happened, no ups, no downs, life's just like you're in boring robot mode, what's the joy in that? You know, part of the fun of life is just having these highs and lows, having these ups and downs, having this adventure, having this journey. But you do got to start by just stacking one little brick at a time. But before you know it, those bricks, you've built something. Before you know it, you've built something, just one brick at a time. Even if you didn't know it or envision it, you built something, you know, and that's the biggest thing I would say. And a lot of people will say you have to envision it, know your goals, know what you want. I don't know what I want. Who the hell knows what they want? You know, I'm just like, I just got to start taking one step forward. I'll figure it out on the way. You know, I'm going to build this plane as I'm flying it. And that's really the thing. That's really, I could think I know what I want, but then some other stuff comes along and I'm like, maybe I want that. I don't know, you know, so I'm not that when I say goals, I'm not saying to be that locked in on one specific thing, but just to have a general sense of like, I want to just like open up new doors. I want to explore new horizons. And if I'm just sitting on the couch, I'm not really opening up much new doors. I'm not really opening up much new horizons. And there's time to rest too. Sometimes the most fun you can have is just sitting on the couch, unwinding, watching a show, playing a video game. You know, you need that unwind time too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, like just you can have fun chilling on the couch. You can have fun getting out of the house, switching stuff up, doing new stuff. I mean, the point I'm trying to make is just get out of that rut. Get out of that rut, start enjoying it. You know, I popped by the mall, got a new hat, didn't plan on it, was just like, I'm gonna walk around the mall, chill, and just like be free in my energy, not so constricted, not so like, I can't walk around the mall because I'm thinking about my bills and I gotta be grinding, and if I spend money and you know, and I gotta go to work tomorrow, and I'm behind on this, and you know, and just not thinking about my problems or what I need to do, but just being in the moment. Just being in the moment. I'll take care of that stuff later. I know I'm grinding. I know I'm doing that work when I need to do it. So just being in a mindset where you can just get out, enjoy life, worry about tomorrow, and just try to enjoy today as best you can, you know, because it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world, and just because most people are miserable, you don't need to share in that misery with them. When everybody else is having a tough time and is complaining and is hating it, you're loving it. You're loving it, you know? You got that positive attitude where you're just like, hey, I'm loving it. I'm having fun. I'm not like tripping while everyone else is tripping. I'm not freaking out when everyone else is freaking out. I'm finding ways to enjoy things. And I used to be freaking out like everybody else. I used to be freaking out and tripping out and unhappy and just like not living my own life for me, because most people, they're not even living their own lives. They're living for work. They're living for the status quo. They're living to impress other people. They're living to be part of a perceived social group. Start just living you, doing you, having your own energy, doing your own stuff, enjoying your own life, and just not caught up in the drama of the world. Because when people get too caught up in the world's drama, stop having fun. It's not really fun to be so caught up on the world's drama and like, you know, living vicariously through other people and other things. It's fun to just be you, you know. And it's like, what even is fun? Like, why is stuff fun? I don't know. I think it's probably a matter of perspective for the most part. I think there's external circumstances too, but I think having fun and just enjoying life, it's a state of mind. It's a state of mind where you just say, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to enjoy it. I think part of it's also letting go of control and kind of submitting yourself to it in a sense of just saying, you could ride a roller coaster and be terrified the whole time and be freaked out the whole time and be like, I want to get off, let me off. That's how I used to be riding the roller coaster of life. I was like, get me off, God. Take me off this roller coaster. The loop-de-loop is making my stomach hurt. It's scary, it's fast, and most of all, it's not about the twists and the turns, but it's about the fact that I can't control it. I'm like, I wish I could control this journey. If I was in control, I'd be less scared. But sometimes we're not in control, and we just got to ride that roller coaster. We got to just go whitewater rafting down those rapids. And, you can be ducking your head scared, or you could have your hands up in the air going, wee, and I'm learning that I got to throw my hands up in the air, and I got to say wee more often. I just got to throw my hands up and say, you know what? This roller coaster is crazy. It's got all these twists and turns. It's putting me upside down. I got to duck under this here. That's weird. little suburban exploration here, but yeah, it's like you can just throw your hands up, say wee, say yeah, say woo, and just say, hey, I'm just going to have fun with it. And when you start having fun, that kind of energy, it's infectious. When you start having fun and enjoying life, other people want to be around you because they see you're having a good time and you're good times, and they see it's a party with you. They see it's a party, they see it's fun, they see it's a good time, they see it's good vibes. You're not trying to argue with people or complain about stuff or gossip. You're just saying, hey, I'm going to ride this roller coaster and I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to be tripping. I'm not going to be freaking out. I'm just going to try to derive positivity from it as best I can, and just try to make the best of it and try to just roll with it, rock with it, have fun with it. Just throw your hands up and say, sometimes it's like, it's like that Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like the log flume or a water slide, except instead of sliding through regular water, you're sliding through some sewage water, but just take a shower afterwards, try to clean up, it can get grimy. But if you can enjoy the grit and the grime and have fun with the muck as you crawl out of it, have fun in the muck as you crawl out of it, and you can have fun getting out of the mud, you'll get out a lot faster, and it'll be a lot better of a journey. It'll be a lot better of a journey. But yeah, try to enjoy, just try to see the drama that life throws at you as an adventure. Try to see yourself as a character in a movie, and just try to have fun with it. This hill, it's getting me. Good cardio though, I need it. I need the cardio, so I will enjoy this hill I'm walking up. Hot outside, I'm sweating, but it's part of the adventure, baby. It's part of the adventure, so stay adventurous. Try to enjoy life as best you can, if you can, how you can. Just try to derive some joy out of life. Cook a good meal for yourself. I don't know, try to derive some joy, try to derive some fun out of life, and try to enjoy this journey as best you can. It's a brutal journey, it's a brutal battle, but try to have fun in the battle. Try to find joy in the midst of the war. That's the best attitude to have. And I wish I adopted this attitude earlier, but I'm getting it now. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. God bless. I love the TruthTiger family. I love y'all. It's amazing. We're growing together. We're glowing together. We're flying together. We're freaking soaring like eagles together. So, yeah, y'all, I want to say God bless y'all. And I want to say, God, give everybody the happiness I'm feeling. Give everybody the joy I'm feeling. Let it not just be for me, but let it be shared through the whole TruthTiger community, all 13,000 of you. So yeah, much love. God bless. I'm out, and I will see you all next time.